Hello everybody, I believe that we are live. Yes, indeed we are. Hello everybody, my name is Harry Rice. I review games for the Montreal Canadiens. Tonight, we played against the Colorado Avalanche, and we surprisingly would end up winning. The Canadiens, in a bit of an unexpected turn of events, would not end up completely shitting the bed like was probably expected of them. So, yeah, there we go. I see we got a couple comments coming through. I'll get to you boys in a second. Yeah, if you guys are new here, by the way, I'm going to say, first of all, thank you for coming by. Second of all, how we do this is we go through the lines for both teams. We go through a little game summary, recap analysis, if you will. We do the stats for the Canadiens, and then we get on out of here. All the while, I read your comments. All the while, I read your comments that come through in the chat, and we also count how many times I yawn during a single stream. Raymond, absolutely great win tonight for sure. Could not agree more. Really, really big character win. I don't think that I could say that any better. Very big character win for the Canadiens, showing that they do not have any... Oh, there we go. Okay, my mic is back. Marcus, thank you for the on count. I appreciate it. God, I was joking. But yeah. Fuck, what was I saying? Sorry. But yeah, despite getting outplayed at certain points, yeah, good character win. Couldn't say anything really more. That's the recap. We're gonna get out of here. No. Hey Raymond, how's it going again, by the way? Marcus, how's it going? Thank you for coming by to the stream. My good sir. Harvey-Pinard is indeed the next Wayne Gretzky, 1000%. And Sons agrees as well. Good win for Jake Allen. Good win for Jake Allen. Raymond, yeah, didn't need to make many big time stops. But you know what? Hey, it's increasing that trade value. Teams are probably going to be fooled. Looking at tonight's game, thinking, damn, he allowed only 3 goals on, I think it was 35 shots. I think he faced. Damn, why not? Let's trade for him. Probably ignoring their scouts and saying, do not trade for this guy. But yeah, how would you feel if the Habs moved on from Allen at the deadline? That would be far too long. Well, technically, if we moved on from Allen at the deadline, about time. But no, legitimately, I'd be completely happy with it. Yeah, I know Monahan, it seems, might end up being dealt at the deadline. Yeah, Monahan, Allen might be gone. There's one other guy that I saw like the TSN trade me. It wasn't Matheson. Actually, it might have been Matheson, but I know there's one other guy that we saw. On there. That's correct. Of course, Randy would like Jake Allen tonight. Hey, how's it going, Randy? Jake Allen, you don't have to be an asshole in the chat, by the way. Jake Allen, you are an Edmonton Oiler, probably Sons. Sorry, man. Sorry, Sons, that he won't be going to the Islanders, and they have a good starting goaltender. Thoughts on Monahan as a Hab? Marcus, I've been loving him as a Canadian, actually. If you watch the games, I just said it because I know you're a Vegas fan. You're probably way more focused on them than you are Montreal right now. Plus, they play late, the Golden Knights, so you probably don't want to get your hockey fix in early, but maybe you do. I don't know. For me, with Monahan, it's not completely all about the points with him. To me, some of the stuff is, some of the stuff that he's done as a Canadian is defensively. A lot of the solid play that he's had is very defensively. He's a good two-way player. I like him on the second line. He's actually currently on the third line, technically, with Joel Armia right now. So yeah, right now, I don't know. Right now, I think Monahan, even though he's not getting points, I think with him being with Armia and Waugh is more indicative of the team trusting Monahan to run his line with a very, very fresh-faced rookie with Waugh. Forgot he wasn't 22. He's 21 or 20 actually. I think even. Oh, Randy, I don't know. You said, "Oh, hi, Harry. I'm doing fine too." It just felt very sarcastic because I temporarily skipped over your comment just to talk about something else for a second. Just, I don't know, feels like a very asshole-ish thing. So I don't know. If I read it wrong, just let me know. If I read it in the wrong way, just let me know. But yeah, that's the way that I read it. But yeah, Monahan, like I said, very good two-way guy. Even though he's not getting points, I think a lot of his play comes from being a good two-way guy. He's not a perfect defensive forward, obviously, but I like him. If we re-signed him, I'd be completely fine with that. I love Monahan as a Canadian. Um, and yeah, I would absolutely, I would completely understand if we dealt him at the deadline, assuming that the return is probably a first round pick, just because apparently there's a lot of teams that are high on Monahan, and he has a low cap hit for this year as well. Plus, it's going to be like, talking Habs mentioned this in his stream earlier, it's probably going to be roughly $500,000. But yeah, probably going to be like $500,000 left on his actual salary, and teams are probably going to be more willing to pay that for a second line, third line center over a guy making maybe $2 million left. You know, for example, that's certain thing that seems like a thing that some teams might be more interested in. So I would completely understand if we get rid of him. I personally am in the re-sign him crowd, or trade him as long as you can re-sign him in free agency. I'm in that kind of crowd. So yeah, but yeah, Monahan is a Hab. I've loved him as a Canadian so far, and I'm hoping he sticks around. But I'll completely get if he is traded. Casimir Kaskisuo in Laval, absolutely raving. He's doing incredible, like you said. He's 3-0 with Laval. He's playing great right now. He's absolutely playing very, very well. Casimir, I'm really enjoying him. I'm loving the vlogs that he's putting out. I've heard things about him, about how his vlogs are or whatever, and then I checked them out and I was like, oh yeah, damn, they're right. These are pretty cool. These are pretty awesome. And yeah, Casimir, really loving him with Laval so far. I think he even got a contract with Laval, so or an official contract because he's on a tryout. So congrats to him on that. Hoping the team continues to do well with him in the future. That'd be awesome. Suns, I did see the Utica goal. I did indeed see that. That was very, very fun. I'll be very surprised if Shannon doesn't talk about it or hasn't talked about it, because that's really fun. Bane, how's it going, man? Hi. Are the Bucks going to win? Absolutely, dude. It's the first of all, it's the Eagles. They kind of fucking suck. Second of all, it's the Eagles. They don't know how to win when it matters. So yeah. Well, Randy, skipped over your comment. I do that often. I'll skip over comments. Like, for example, notice that we were talking, oh, good win for Jake Allen. And then I think I went to Sun saying that he's an Edmonton Oiler. And then I went to your comment. Or I talked about Marcus with Allen. So I just went in a different order. It's not that I skipped over your comment necessarily. Like, so yeah. A win against Colorado. Absolutely, Simon. Definitely Colorado. I just organized my signings in DM, so if you come back to like 9 matches, no problem, Sons. Thank you for doing that. I much appreciate that. Hell yeah. But yeah, Simon, win against Colorado. Hell yeah. I mean, I'm glad to see that you're sticking with the Rangers, it seems like. Don't know if it's necessarily a good thing, but I mean, hey, cool. The Cowboys, the Leafs of the NFL did choke again, Simon. Yes, indeed, they did. The Leafs are dropping. Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. What NFL team am I a fan of, Randy? Bills, first of all. Hell yeah, we won today. Sort of fan of the Cowboys. Suns is a Cowboys fan, and I really enjoy my time with Suns, so I'll cheer for them. I want them to be happy. It sucks that they clearly don't want them to be happy. And I'd probably say whichever team the Tom Brady's on. Right now he's on none, so I'm supporting none. Shit. But no, seriously, when Tom Brady was on the Patriots, I'd cheer for the Patriots. When he went to the Bucks, I'd cheer for the Bucks. I guess you could say I'm cheering for the Bucks now because I want them to beat the Eagles, so fuck the Eagles. Sorry, boys, I'm taking my complimentary chug jug drink. That was fucking cringe. Let's move on. Simon, yes indeed, Sons. I agree. Common L. Wow, Cowboys' loss was even worse than their loss against the Niners last time in the playoffs. I completely forgot that happened, Randy, actually. I completely forgot about that. Simon, yes, the Lions, definitely the most surprising team this year. Yeah, I believe they were the ones who no, they're not. Everyone thought the Lions would be good. Really, Sons? Which is very indicative, it feels like. Very, very against the flow. Most people are like, oh, the Lions, they kind of suck every year. So I don't know at all what like teams are supposed to be good, what teams are supposed to be bad, aside from the Bills and like the Patriots. Obviously, they're supposed to be the best teams in the NFL. But no, but seriously, yeah. So I've got no clue. About any of that stuff. Texans are the most surprising. They won the AFC South with a rookie. Oh, shit. Let's go, Suns. Raymond, you're seeing rumors about Habs trading Michael Pezzetta. Honestly, depending on the return, I would probably be fine with that. If it's like a third somehow, I'd be fine with that. But I don't think you're getting a third for Pezzetta. The only thing is right now, Ulanen got hurt in this game. I actually think I forgot to mention. No, I did mention it. I'll bring it up when I get to that in my notes. But I know there's like a little bit of there was a log jam, but right now Andy's hurt. Of course, Doc and Newhook are hurt. Ulanen went out tonight. We'll see if he's out long term. Actually, that's what I should do. While I'm here real quick, is I should actually look up the Montreal Canadiens Twitter. No, not Montreal Police. Thank you, though. I don't know if they've tweeted since the end of the game, but I am going to look right now and see if the Habs, again, have posted anything. They did post 2 minutes ago that someone got a first tattoo and metal was there, so that's a great way to start the week. Also, hashtag femboy is trending in Canada, apparently. I don't want to know why. But, but yeah, oh god, where am I? Okay, I'd say move on from Doc, but who the fuck would you replace him with? Tua Taivungaluda. I don't remember how to say his name. Dak Prescott ran forever in the last seconds and had the time run out before getting another play. Oof, Randy, that kind of sucks. Texans played well in the season with the rookie CJ Stroud. Yeah, I did see that. Watching the Australian Open, hell yeah, Simon, nice. Really lost my fucking birthday money off that team. Suns, dude, what can I say, man? Kiss that ass, kiss that ass, Cowboys fans. Kiss it. What else can I say? I love tennis so much for me. Hey, you know what, Simon? Hell yeah, I'm glad you enjoy tennis so much, man. Hell yeah. Move on from McCarty before Doc. Yeah, probably so. I'd say that. Jeff, how's it going, man? They beat the Lanch afternoon game? No, Jeff, it was not an afternoon game. It was a regular time game. We're coming up live about 10:15ish p.m. Jim Harborough will be our coach next year. He better be. Suns, if he's not, I hope you go to Dallas and you end up storming the field with like, I don't know, some type of note. That Niners wildcard loss was on the birthday. I remember that Dak wasn't good. Okay, I keep wanting to say Doc. But yeah, I'll coach the team. Hey, let's go, Suds. It was the day it wasn't good. That Niners wildcard game was on the birthday. I remember that day it wasn't good. Oof, Suns. Been fun watching Bills fans shoveling out the stadium. Yeah, Randy, I don't know if they had a live stream of that. If they did, I definitely want to watch that because that's pretty cool. But definitely, I know that they had that thing where it's like they were paying fans to come to the stadium and shovel out the snow. That was really cool. Most sports teams, I feel like, would just be like, hey, fans, can you mind shoveling the arena for the stadium for us? You know? And they got the entire field cleaned off. Dude, that's fucking sick, dude. That's the heart of Bills fans. That's the heart of Bills fans. Raymond, yeah, for some reason, Femboy is trending in Canada. I just looked on the Canadiens' Twitter to see if there's any updates about Ulanen, and I saw on the side tab, it was like the Emmys and then Femboy. So, I don't know why, but that's fun. Hurts just got flagged for his safety. That's fucking great, Randy. Let's go. How does Jonathan and Ross. How does Joshua Wall look so far? Jeff, pretty all right. He got his first shot on net today. I don't think I put that in my notes, but I'll mention it here because I just remembered. I thought he looked good. He had a solid back check at one point during the game. Yeah, they got paid $20 an hour. Exactly, Randy. Yeah, I would do that. I'd work for $20 an hour, dude. Dude, legit. If I lived in Buffalo and I was within vicinity of the fucking arena, bro, I'm taking that $20 an hour. I'll work for the day. I'll fucking shovel the arena. And fuck, they better reward me with a win. I'm fucking happy that they did. God damn, that'd be the only thing, is if we shovel the arena and then the Steelers win, there's gonna be some fans out there who are saying we should not have shoveled that goddamn arena. We should have gotten the game postponed. But yeah, no, I'm glad the Bills fans did what they did, and hell yeah, good on them for cleaning the stadium, and good on the Bills for paying the fucking fans. I wonder where they got paid, if they've even gotten paid yet. If it's like a, hey, do this and then we'll send you a check or something. I personally think it should have been paid like a job, $20 an hour or whatever. And then I think it should have been like you get paid whatever an hour and you get free tickets to the game. I think that's only fair. Unless you already have tickets to the game, and then obviously, yeah, you get your money. But I think that's what it should have been. I think it should have been like, hey, this is a big favor for us. Thank you. Besides the stream, do you work, Harry? I don't want to review that. I don't want to reveal that, Randy, if I do or I don't. But thank you for asking. I do appreciate that, my good sir. So the opening lines for the Montreal Canadiens. We're going to finally get into the game 15 minutes in. Look at DMs. The transition is crazy. Oh, God. Oh, did you send me something? The first image was today at 9 a.m. The second was today at 2 p.m. Okay, so this is when they're, like, first starting to come out. And then, god damn. That is good. Holy shit, dude. This looks like 2 completely different weeks. What the fuck? Dude, these look like 2 completely different weeks. Genuine, are you fucking kidding me? That is fucking nuts, sons. Thank you for that, dude. Hertz numbers are 10 for 16 for 57 yards. Okay, that's not terrible. Gotta cover him a little bit more. Yeah, the seats were fucking covered in snow, exactly, sounds like. I'd assume, because I think it started around like 4. So yeah, 2 hours to get the snow out of the seats. The sun at that point being out probably helped a little bit, but yeah, only 57? Yeah, only 57, yeah. I mean, yeah, 10 for 16, 57 yards. I was focusing more on the 10 for 16 not being terrible, but yeah, the 57 yards, dude, that is oof. But yeah, the seats being covered in snow, like I said, the sun being out probably helped a little bit. But yeah, probably just like like shovel it back, or I don't know, maybe shovel it forward, get it like onto like just the outer part of the stadium, and then just, I don't know, maybe you just let the sun do the work from that point, but I don't know. People should just sit on the snow. Bane, you know what, that probably would make sense. Yeah, I mean, fuck, there were probably some people who brought like ponchos or something, they just sat down and yeah. I didn't watch the game tonight, but I kept on the Google update that Habs fans booed Drouin. On and off, weirdly enough, it felt like the first like 2 times he touched the puck, there was a little bit of a booing, like more just like a boo, you know, kind of like just a resonating. They cheered him when they did the welcome back Drouin thing. They showed the video usually. I think they did it during a commercial break. But there was a loud ovation for him. Habs Fan TV posted that on their YouTube. If you guys haven't checked that out, go check it out because that's very nice. Did the usual wave to the crowd. That was nice. Then in the second period, there was a heavy booing for Drouin. Start of the third, it was kind of light. It picked up near the end of the third. So it was very like on and kind of off. Heavy booing to showing some admiration to light booing, heavy booing. It was on and off really. But yeah, we did boo Drouin, or they did boo Drouin, the ones in the building. I would never boo Jonathan Drouin. I haven't smiled in 3 days. Thanks, Eagles. Let's go, Suns. Eagles out here giving me the perfect B-Day present. If only it was a BJ present, that would have been even better. I don't think you'd want a BJ from an Eagle. That probably would not be very nice. The Eagles are tackling like old women senators. Touchdown. Is there touchdowns, Jeff? Thoughts on Lions fans booing Stafford last night? That is absolutely classless. I mean, that's typical Lions fans. Dude fucking carried their franchise. It's not Stafford's fault that he got traded. He got traded to a legitimately good team because he can't win shit with Detroit. Detroit can't do anything. So yeah, I completely get them booing Matt Stafford, and yeah, I'm happy that they did it. Hopefully they don't boo Drew Stafford next time he plays there. But with Matt, I think it's absolutely classless of Lions fans, and it's very typical of trash ass Detroit to do that. Elton John Dreamers are me right now. Hey, all right, Black Viper, let's go. Hell yeah, thank you for coming by, my good sir. But again, as I'm going to talk in a very different accent now. No, but the opening lines for the Canadiens now were Caufield, Suzuki, Slafkovsky, Harvey-Pinard, Evans, Gallagher, Waugh, Monahan, Armia, and Pezzetta, Stevens, Ullinen, Gooley, Matheson, Struble, Savard, and Harris, Kovacevic were on the blue line. Jake Allen gets a start in net on his way out of town, and Caden Primo backs him up. Sam Montembeault is being given the night off. My guess is he'll start the next game, and then we'll do 2 for Monty, 1 for Primo, 2 for Monty, 1 for Allen if he's still around, 2 for Monty, 1 for Primo, because that does seem to be the thing we're going with now is 2 for Monty, 1 for a backup, 2 for Monty, 2 for the other backup, and so on and so on. So, yeah, I like that. It's giving Monty the clear starts in net, and I like that. So, yeah. The opening lines now for the Avalanche were Drouin, McKinnon, Rantanen, O'Connor, Colton, and Kiviranta. Thankfully that Colton is not Machine Gun Kelly. First of all, who the fuck has named Colton? But second of all, fuck Machine Gun Kelly. Cogliano, Johansson, Poulin, and McDermott, Olofsson, Jones. I don't think that's Victor Olofsson, and I don't think that's Gustav Olofsson. I have no clue which one that is, and I don't think that Jones is Max. If it is, shout out Max Jones. Taze Makar, Jack Johnson with Malinsky, and Gerard Manson were on the blue line for the Avalanche. Alexander Georgiev gets the start, obviously, and Justus Anonin backs him up, having 4 career NHL games to his name, and 0 this year, surprisingly. Would have expected maybe this would have been the game that he gets starting, but he would not, actually. Before the game, as I said, Jonathan Drouin, with his first game back in Montreal since leaving in free agency and going to Colorado. He was booed most of the time, but he did get a loud ovation during the commercial break in the first period when they did the welcome back video. That was nice. I love Drouin myself. Would have been great to be in the building. I genuinely didn't even know that Colorado was playing us tonight until about a week ago. And unfortunately, I didn't even think to try and look at tickets, see how much they were. Probably wouldn't be able to afford them anyways. They're probably like $300 a seat as of tonight. But yeah, Habs 5 points out of the wild card. Oh yeah, we are. Until we're within 10 points of the playoffs, we're playoff pushing. Well, Black Viper, we're 5 points out of a playoff spot apparently. So I'm actually gonna look up the standings and see if I can confirm this. I know we were 7 last game. I don't know if did the Lightning play tonight? Because I know it's like every team in the NHL played tonight or something like that. Nope, we are 6 points out now. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, so we are 9 points out of the playoffs. We do have a game in hand on the Lightning. See, our main issue is that if we did for some reason want to try and push for a playoff spot, the Caps and Devils both have 2 games in hand on us. We are tied with the Islanders, who are 4 points up on... No, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8... 5 points up on us, sorry. Same with the Penguins. They have a game in hand on us. And then we actually have a game in hand on the Lightning, who are 6 points above on us. And then the Red Wings, they're going to fall off by the end of February, so we don't got to worry about them. And then, yeah, the Maple Leafs. Fun fact, the Maple Leafs are 3 points... are within 3 points of being out of the playoffs. Because if even though they have 2 games in hand, they lose their next 2 and the Red Wings win their next 1, the Red Wings overtake the Maple Leafs, and then if the Lightning win, well, actually it might be the Lightning that overtake them, because let's be honest, the Red Wings aren't known for winning shit in the last 25 years, pretty much. Well, not 25 years, the last, 15 years. So, yeah. But, yeah, the Maple Leafs are almost out of the playoffs, which I think is fucking hilarious. So... yeah, if the Leafs genuinely don't get into the playoffs somehow this year, that'd be great. Gislain, how's it going, man? Thank you for coming by. The Eagles, what happened to this team? They're the Eagles. Jeff. Evil MLK be like, I have a nightmare. Thank you, Sons. I appreciate it. Is it possible for the Habs to make a playoff spot? Raymond, yes, definitely. I don't know if it happens, but it is definitely possible. Only 6 points out. Never say die with this team. It's basically a never say die attitude. And like I said, yeah, we're 6 points out, basically 5 points out of a playoff spot, and yeah, the Canadiens with what we're doing, like I said, the never say die attitude. There's some games in hand, games out of hand type situations, so there's definitely a possibility. I think with Doc and Newhook, we are right in there. I definitely think we win at least 1 or 2 of the overtime shootout games that we have lost this year. I think we win at least 1 or 2 of them, which puts us 2, 3, maybe 1 point out of a playoff spot. So, and then keep in mind, the games that we might have lost in regulation by a goal or 2, we might have ended up winning 1 or 2 of those as well. So, there's that. I definitely think with Doc and Newhook, this team is much more competitive than we have been at this point to the season. Even if we still have been very competitive, I think we're a lot more competitive with those guys on the team. And so, yeah, I think that it's absolutely possible for this team to make the playoffs. I think it's going to completely depend if we are still in by March, how much fight we show in each game, yeah. Leafs do play McDavid next game, and that's going to be very fun. Marty St. Louis, listen to me, they took out Covey. I think you mean they took out Barron for Kovacevic, and yeah, we did win. I mean, Barron, I don't think they took him out. I'm pretty sure he's hurt, I think. I didn't see anything about him being just straight up a healthy scratcher and being hurt, though, so could be either or. But yeah, I was completely fine with Barron being out for Kovacevic just to rely a little bit more defensively, be a bit more fine defensively, especially with a team like the Avalanche. Do I expect Barron to be back in next game if he's not hurt and he's just it's just a case of healthy scratch syndrome? Then yeah, potentially. Does Seiderqvist have a chance to get a call up with any injuries? He's only 23. Jeff, I don't know. Obviously, none of us really do. I think it'd be cool. See him get a call up. Like you said, he's only 23. He's probably going back to Europe next year. With guys like Sean Farrell and Elias Anderson, when he gets healthy, I think probably having the jump on him. I think the only way he does get into a lineup would be potentially after the deadline, because you look at it, Monahan might be out of here, and this is just guys that are currently in the lineup right now. Monahan might be out of here. I don't think we'd maybe try and trade Armia, but I think Marty said that we wouldn't mind hearing offers on him. So potentially Armia might be gone. I'd just say that because he's scoring right now. And yeah, maybe Stevens I doubt there's a team that wants Stevens for a fourth line role. He's all right, but I don't think any teams would really. Oh, we need Mitchell Stevens. But Monahan and Armia are going to be out of here. Potentially Anderson. I don't think he will be gone, but say for example, an Anderson type guy might be gone. Well, Black Viper, that doesn't mean anything. Him being in a fourth line in the Val spot. That's a Michael Pezzetta. That's where Michael Pezzetta was, and look at him now. He's in the fourth line in the NHL. Dvorak I thought would have been gone, but now he's hurt for the rest of the year. He's probably more an off-season type of deal if he even does get traded right now. Yeah, exactly, Black Viper. Yeah. So I don't know. I feel like maybe there could be a thing where it's like guys are up and down. Maybe Sean Farrell gets a couple games, send him down, get Philip Seiderqvist a couple games, send him down, get someone else up for a couple games, Elias Anderson maybe. And yeah, because Dvorak's out the whole year, Doc's out the whole year. You also got to keep in mind, I believe it's right around the beginning, maybe the middle of March is when Alex Newhook is probably coming back as well. So if we do want to try guys out, and also keep in mind, if Andy ends up getting dealt, this is assuming he gets dealt, if he's still here, there's maybe a spot left until Newhook comes back. So center, I know Elias Anderson can play center. If Monahan goes, then you're down to Suzuki, Evans, and then Stevens, who can play center. Elias Anderson, I know, is a center. Waugh, I believe I remember hearing that he's a right wing center, so he can play center. I don't think they'd want to play him there right now, though. So yeah, I could maybe see the Canadiens pulling off some type of deal after trading off Monahan and whoever they end up dealing out. I could see there maybe being a deal where they take on a really bad center contract for the rest of the year. Maybe it's a 2-year deal. You get a second-round pick, potentially. Sort of like what we did with Monahan. I could maybe see that being something that happens. But I do think that we would want to have a complete roster until Newhook comes back. You know, have a guy who it's like, okay, even if it's just for 4 games, we don't want to use Waugh at center. We want to use him on the wing. Just bring in someone who can play there, and then we'll just adapt the roster when Newhook comes back, you know? Like, I think that could happen. So I think Seiderqvist has a bit of a chance to get a call-up. I definitely think more towards the end of the year there's that chance. So, yeah. Did you hear what happened in Chuskin? I saw very briefly that he entered the Department of Player Safety. He's not entered that. The Players Assistance Program. I saw very briefly that he was entering at, so he wouldn't be playing tonight. But I didn't see exactly what it was for, though, Suns, unfortunately. Eagles choked. Is it official, Simon? Is it Is it official that the Philadelphia Eagles have choked? It is 25-9 right now. And I don't think they're coming back. Jeff, definitely losing Monahan would hurt. Nice playmaker, very solid two-way guy. Definitely Jeff. But there's been that not agreement, but there's been that talk that the Canadiens apparently told Monahan or said to Monahan that they would probably look to trade him at the deadline to either a team of his choosing or a playoff contender. So, yeah, I would definitely get why we would trade him, because we can probably get a decent bit back for him. I'm assuming a first-round pick at minimum. So, yeah. So, yeah, I would definitely see... I would probably see... I would probably see Monahan getting dealt. Again, I'd be very happy if he isn't moved and he ends up resigning. But yeah, if he doesn't get moved, if he does get moved, it'll suck. But I'll understand why the move would be made. I think Heineman and Anderson are going to be over Satterfist and Farrell just because they've been almost point per game and over 6 foot tall. I mean, Black Rabbit, I don't think height necessarily has anything to do with it. Because if it did, Wall wouldn't be up here. It would have been one of Heineman or Anderson. I think Anderson's hurt, so it probably would have been Heineman. Would have been Heineman coming back, actually. Because if they're going with height, then yeah, Heineman or Anderson, I think, would have gotten the call-up over Wall. But I think we are entering the part of the season where we are going to start trying out guys. We tried out Heineman for a couple games. We tried out Wall for a couple games. I do expect Sean Farrell to come up and play at least a couple games. Oh yeah, Philip Seiderqvist is 6'3", then yeah, that's pretty good. Also, I do think that even if he goes back to Europe, as long as I think we qualify him, we would still have his rights, his NHL rights, I'm pretty sure. So, yeah, I don't know. We'll see. Hopefully he's playing decent in the AHL, which is very funny as well to mention Philip Seiderqvist, because in my sim league right now, he's kind of turning out to be a gem. He's actually like an 88 potential, so he has potential to be like a second liner, which is very ironic considering he's now with the Canadiens, and this was done like 4 or 5 months ago when he was a gem. So yeah, all right, let's get into the game. I'll get to your comments as they go along. And yeah, Suzuki wins the opening faceoff. The Habs press right after. There's a couple shots on net. Drouin gets blued. He does not get blued or blown. He gets booed. He'd probably want one of those three, and it's probably the middle one, let's be honest. But no, seriously, Drouin gets booed, unfortunately, and the Habs go to the power play. 3 minutes in, Pezzetta is called for a hold. That sucks, but it's a clear penalty. Colton then misses a shot right through the crease. He got very lucky. But the Avs score anyways. Ross Colton makes up for the failed chance, and it is a 1-0 Avs lead. He does get an initial shot. The rebound isn't able to be controlled by Jake Allen. And yeah, Ross Colton buries it into the nets. And just like that, the Avs take the 1-0 lead. Thought this might have been a bit of a bad game. Then if we need some body checking with skill, Jeff, to a certain extent, I can kind of agree. You guys also got to keep in mind, this is not going to be the team that's around by March, by the trade deadline. Jack-Eye is going to be up probably by the end of the month. I wouldn't be surprised if that happens. Jack-Eye is going to be up. Andy's probably going to be healthy again soon. Pezzetta can be a fourth line guy. Matheson, Savard aren't afraid to get physical. So I wouldn't say we need body checking for sure. I definitely think it's more about the skill, definitely. I think Seiderqvist being 6'3", the thing is with him, he doesn't provide offense. He's a very defensive type of player, at least from what a Buffalo Sabres fan is telling me, that he's watched a decent amount of Rochester games. Very defensive forward, bottom six kind of guy. You know, you don't really notice him too much, but that means he's doing his job well. So yeah, I mean, I would definitely understand using him in a fourth line role, but if we do want to provide a little bit of offense, then I definitely get having Wall up here right now, because he's a very good two-way guy, or going for a guy like Elias Anderson or a Sean Farrell type of guy. So yeah, hey Simon, good job. You're eating some Lasaga? Hell yeah, that's pretty sick, man. Let's go. So yeah, the Habs are 0-for-1 on the PK tonight. Monahan's line pressures. It's shots are 6-0 Avs 5 minutes in after the goal. Sorry. I'm very tired right now. That's not a joke about the Avs or anything. I'm going off like 6.5 hours of sleep tonight. Right now, I should say. Habs go to the power play. Malinsky gets called for a hook on Brendan Gallagher. And the Habs score. Good pressure from the Canadiens. Nice passing around. And Juraj Slafkovsky gets his own rebound. So both goals so far scored on rebounded shots. His first home goal this year. I think they said his first home goal since, I forget if it was March 20-something, I think they said, of 2022. So, yeah, Slafkovsky gets the goal. Suzuki and Caufield with the assists, as all of a sudden, it's a 1-1 tie game. The Habs are 1-for-1 on the power play tonight. It's worked 2 games in a row, so I'm going to say it. I think we should fire Alex Burrows. I'm hoping it works again, but I hope we fire Alex Burrows is what I'll say. I was looking at the Laval team. One player we have, yes, John Parker Jones. Yes, 6'7" John Parker Jones. He can play right wing and defense. I like John Parker Jones. I think he's playing 4th line minutes in Laval. Or actually, I don't think he's on Laval right now. I think he's in the ECHL actually, unless he got a call up. But yeah, John Parker Jones, JPJ. Saw him in preseason. Saw him in preseason. I thought he looked solid. Again, very big boy, 6'7", 230 pounds. I think he could work in a 4th line role if we can develop him. I know he's 23, so he's probably nearing his peak in 3 years. But yeah, I don't know. I think it'd be fucking cool to see a guy like him make the NHL. He'd be better than Michael Pezzetta probably as in a 4th line checking type of role. I definitely think that JPJ could do a pretty good job. And yeah, again, motherfucker is 6'7", 230 pounds. John Parker Jones, I'm hoping he gets at least a look in preseason next year. I don't know. I think he'd be a cool guy to see get a call up at the end of the year, maybe. I don't know. If you want to rest like Anderson, Newhook when he comes back. If you still have him, Monahan, Armia, Ullinen, you want to rest some of your guys in the last couple games and give guys like John Parker Jones and Sean Farrell. I'm assuming he'll be sent down, but Joshua Waugh. If you want to give these guys a chance, I think that'd be fucking awesome. I think that would be a great reward for some of the guys in Laval. Plus, it gives them a chance. Like, hey, this might be the only game that John Parker Jones could ever play in the NHL. Give him at least one. I think something like that would be really cool. Plus, we're a rebuilding team. I would only do that though. I should clarify. I would only do that if we're like clearly out of the playoffs. If we're like, we need to win the last game of the year to make playoffs. If we're at that stage by that point, then yeah, obviously don't go for that. But if it's like somehow we've clinched a playoff spot by the last game of the year, or we're clearly out by the last game of the year, then yeah, I'd probably do that. Actually, I think the last game of the year is against the Leafs. So let me actually look to see what the last game for the Canadiens is. Because if it's against the Leafs, then yeah, don't do that. Like, play your full roster. But the game before, you could probably do something. It is... it's a back-to-back against the Wings. So yeah, that's an easy double win for the Canadiens. We last played the Leafs on April 6th, though. So that's very fun. By the way, boys, I do actually want to say, really quickly, I believe tomorrow is the 16th. Yes, it is. So... yeah, so tomorrow we are going to have Reward Mania coming into WWE Supercard. I'm considering going live. There's no guarantee. Actually, I can't. Fuck. Shit. Yeah, there's no way I'm going to be able to go live for Reward Mania. Actually, maybe I could. I don't know. Shit. Because, basically, for those of you... and I'm not going live on YouTube, it would be on Twitch. So, yeah. For those of you who don't know what Reward Mania is, it's a thing where you pick draft picks and you can get tickets, which are a way that you can get, like, cards. Your cards in the game. That's a way you can get some. So, yeah, I was thinking of going live on Twitch for that. I don't know if I will, will tomorrow, because I believe that there's a recording that's supposed to be going on tomorrow. So, yeah. But yeah, maybe Wednesday. Maybe I'll go live on Wednesday before the game. Maybe I'll come up about 3-4 o'clock before the game, stream for a couple hours potentially. See how many people come by, see how many people pop into the stream on Twitch. But yeah, that's a possibility, so I just wanted to bring that up. And yeah, we'll see though. We will see. So 1-1 game. Habs get some pressure. Monahan's line has a couple chances. Caufield then nearly buries a shot on the top line. Both teams going back and forth. There's a good glove stop by Jake Allen. Habs then press. Few straight shots. Drouin then nearly creates a scoring chance for Colorado, but there's some good defense by Suzuki. Nice stick check to get a stick in the lane. Jeff. Italian cuisine every night of the week. Al Capone diet. Hey, let's go, Jeff. Hell yeah. Let's go. That's fun. Habs then caused some turnovers, a couple chances, but none of them just able to be capitalized upon and buried in the back of the nets. Avalanche then slowed the game a little bit with 7 left in the first. Pizzetta's nice hit on Manson. They exchanged a couple words. Colton tries to center a pass, but there's some good D by the Habs. Avs then press with 5 minutes left. Habs really good job at picking off some exit passes by Colorado. They then nearly score. Pizzetta has a nice shot on net, though. Galley then gets tripped up, or looks to have gotten tripped up, but there's no call. So the shots are 16-15 for the Habs. It's a 1-1 tie game after the first period. And the Avs score a minute into the second period. Cale Makar makes it 2-1. Allen sort of screened. He does get a look at the puck, but he kind of loses it as there's a screen in front. So that's 50-50. Blame on Allen, blame on the D in front. I think it was Caden Gooley, unfortunately. But either way, the Avs do take the 2-1 lead there. Allen would be the number one goalie on Carolina and Colorado. All their goalies have worse save percentages than Allen. His value has skyrocketed. To an extent, I could see that being the case. I definitely think that, again, with like Colorado and Carolina, as well, you look at a team like New Jersey, a team like Washington that might want to try to get a Jake Allen. Even other teams like even Edmonton, I think, could use a backup, you know? I think there's definitely teams in there that are valuing a guy like a Jake Allen or even a Capo Kakinen from San Jose. They could be valuing these types of guys and thinking, hey, these guys would be good with us. We need to acquire these guys. Or we need to acquire one of them. And so that's why I do think, and I agree with Talking Habs. We talked about this on the Hab Normals podcast. Link in the description, by the way. Link in the description. I definitely think that Jeff Allen is not better than Grubauer. I'm pretty sure Grubauer's in Seattle, is he not? I don't think he's with the Avs anymore. He hasn't been with them for like 5 years. Grubauer. I'm just going to look up Grubauer. Yeah, HockeyDB. So, yeah, he hasn't been with the Avs in 3 years. He's been in Seattle. Hard to argue that he's been better than Jake Allen, in my opinion. But yeah, either way. No, legit though. Their starting goalie, Jeff, is not Semyon Varlamov. He hasn't been with them in like a decade. Georgiev. Georgiev is the starter in Colorado. But yeah, like I was saying, and I agree with Talking Habs. Again, we talked about it on the Hab Normals podcast. Link in the description. Go check that out. Great fucking podcast. I'm not just saying that because I'm a co-host. It's legitimately really fun. But Rick mentioned that there are teams that explains me missing today's game. Hey Jeff, don't worry about it, man. Hey, don't worry about it, man. Literally, if it helps, go on Google. Just literally Google Montreal Canadiens. You'll get their games coming up. Which games are coming up, so you don't miss them. You can set a schedule to remind. You can set something to remind you on your calendar on the computer. I'm assuming you're using a computer, not a phone, but sorry, there's apps on your phone that you can use to help set reminders and stuff like that. So yeah. But again, I agree with Rick on this. We mentioned this again on Hab Normals, is that there's going to be a bidding war for Jake Allen because there's so few goalies on the market and so few goalies that have the pedigree like a Jake Allen. He's a Stanley Cup winning goaltender, and he's played very well in the playoffs. He's even had some pretty solid regular season runs at times. So, you know, there's definitely going to be teams that I think are going to be wanting to take that chance on Jake Allen, and I think we can even potentially get a second. Maybe, I doubt it though, a first-round pick for Jake Allen, and I definitely think that there's a team that might potentially get desperate enough, looking at you, Carolina, who would end up trading us a first-round pick for Jake Allen, and I think that'd be awesome. I like saying Grubauer. Hell yeah, Jeff, it is very fun to say. I will say that for sure. I will say that. Avs in control after they end up getting the lead back. They got a couple looks. Habs forced ice the puck, and the Avs were in control for the first 10 to 12 minutes. It felt like the Avalanche were just complete control. There's some back and forth chances for their top 6. First line went out there. Second line goes out. First line, occasional shift for the third line. Shots are 8-1 for the Avs 8 minutes in. So despite the pressure, it's not like the shots are 17-1 or 17-0. The Avs were not getting a ton of shots, but they were keeping control. And the Habs were really getting tired out there, being forced to ice the puck, like I said. And yeah, the Avs were just getting a lot of control. The momentum was completely with them. Habs were only lucky to be down by a shot at this point. Philip Gubauser. Thank you, so it's Philip Gubauser. But the, fucking Christ. Habs, damn, if Durant scored, I would have won. I would have won. Fucking, the goddamn heart's in my way. There we go. I would have won $3,000 off of $15. TBC, dude. That would have been fucking sick. I actually said to myself, when the empty net was out, I want the empty net goal to be scored, and then I want Drouin to get one, just so the score is 5-4, and Drouin scores, but the empty net is the game-winning goal. I really wanted that to happen. I genuinely wanted Drouin to score tonight. I really wanted him to show up. All the fucking toxic Canadiens fans that were bitching at him for not scoring, while ignoring that guys like Michael Pezzetta are on the team and saying that they're good. So yeah, TBC, it is definitely not the Leafs that are the only team to get revenge scored on. They are definitely not the only team right now, maybe, but it felt like for a good 10 years there. It's like anytime we play the fucking Islanders or the Flyers, whenever they were on the team, fucking Mark Streit, or whenever he was on their team, Mark Streit would fucking score. Felt like the Brian Gianna, whenever we play the Sabres after he left us. Oh, yep, there's Brian Gianna. He scores. I would say Pacioretty, but I think he only scored like 1 goal in the last like 5 games against the Canadiens. So technically Pacioretty, Subban, I think he scored a goal against us. I think. So yeah. There was definitely a period where the Habs would be like, okay, we're playing Mark Streit tonight. Yeah, pencil him in. He's going to score. Probably open the scoring. I mean, to be fair, TBC as well, Pacioretty has been hurt since he left the Habs. He had like 2 healthy seasons, I'm pretty sure, too. I'm pretty sure he had 2 healthy seasons. Let me look at Max Pacioretty right now. I'm pretty sure he's had 2 healthy seasons. Oh, he actually scored! No way, let's go. He scored his first as a Capital. Let's go, Pacioretty. Yeah, so he left the Canadiens. The following year, 66 games, 71 games. Well, actually, I think that's a fully healthy season because that was the lockout year. 48 out of 56 games. Then he only played 39. Then the 5. And then 6 this year. So he's already beaten off. He's already played more games than the year before. Than last year. But yeah, so for me, I don't know. Pacioretty is definitely 1 more hour of not being able to fuck adults. Sons, that's a really good way to put it. That totally not pedophilic whatsoever. But yeah, Pacioretty has been kind of on and off being hurt. But yeah, no, it's really just been the last like 3 years that have really been a bitch to him. So yeah, where am I? Fuck. So yeah, the Avs still controlling. They then hit the crossbar twice within about 4 minutes, which is like, oh god. Allen thanks his posts. And the Avs go to the power play. Armia's called for a hook on Cogliano, who suddenly gets a breakaway. And yeah, that kind of sucked, but it's a good penalty. Should have found the Habs game. It's sad to watch NFL Fox games, and Joe Buck and Troy Aikman explaining every fucking detail like the viewer can't see anything. What in the flying fuck, Jeff? I like Joe Buck just because it's a really funny meme. Joe Buck commentating. But yeah, no, I can imagine how fucking rough it must be to watch games with Joe Buck for 3.5, 4 hours. So I get that. Oh, Sons, yeah, you definitely did. I'm very happy you didn't say it in a different way. For example, 1 more hour of baiting pedophiles legally. But yeah, I'm glad you didn't say it in any other way because the way you said it was probably the funniest way you could have said it. But yeah, so the Avalanche back on the power play. The Avs look to pressure. Habs do get a couple clears. And it's a 5-on-3 with 28 seconds left in the first penalty. Harvey-Pinard blocks a Makar shot and then just ends up clearing it right over the glass. He's down. He tries to more just chip it out of the zone, and it ends up taking a big bounce. Not the EDP way, exactly, Sons. Exactly, not the EDP way. But yeah, it ends up just completely getting elevated, and it's right over the glass. So we got a 5-on-3. Habs are able to kill it off, and on the 5-on-4 for the Harvey-Pinard kill, Avs with more pressure. Nothing's getting past Allen. Habs are able to clear. I said Habs can't kill, but I meant Habs are able to kill. So we are 2 for 3 on the PK tonight. Habs then get some more press with 6 minutes left. There's a couple turnovers by the Avalanche. The Canadiens just tried to get something. McKinnon then clearly chips up Evans as the Canadiens tried to push. But there's no penalty because naturally, why would there be? And all of a sudden, it doesn't matter because the Canadiens score. Rafael Harvey-Pinard, who takes the 5-on-3 penalty, he makes up for it big time. He ties the game up himself. He gets a puck that just squeaks by Georgiev. Evans and Gallagher with the goal. With the assist on the goal, I should say. Evans and Gallagher both co-scored a goal. But no, but yeah, it is all of a sudden a 2-2 tie game after immense pressure by the Avalanche, really against the flow of the play, you could say. I got too many draft picks. All right, I'll do that later. But yeah, all of a sudden, like I said, it is a 2-2 tied up hockey game. Canadiens then press. The Avs are staying sharp. Suzuki then hits the crossbar off a turnover. That would have blown the roof off the Bell Center 100%. Habs then get some chances, a couple looks. Colton ends up taking a friendly fire shot. It looks like to the stomach. That wasn't good. Thankfully, would get off with his own volition. A little bit slow though. Ullinen then takes a friendly fire puck, ends up to the ear. He would end up leaving. He would not come back. That's why I've been trying to look for the Canadiens' Twitter. Is it maybe going to show up now? Yeah, twitter.com/Canadiens Montreal. I'm trying to see if there's any updates. If Ullinen is healthy or whatever. I'm trying to see if there's anything that Ullinen won't play next game or anything like that, but nothing there. So fucking Femboy's still trending. Femboy is still fucking trending for some reason. But yeah, thankfully there's nothing there, so hopefully that's a good sign where it's just okay, Ullinen's gonna be able to play next game, don't bother tweeting about it, whatever. But yeah, so Suzuki then gets pushed from behind by McKinnon. They end up exchanging some words. They talked for a while after the whistle ended, so that was fun. Black Viper indeed, yes. Femboy is trending, hell yeah. I'm going to have to get on that trend afterwards. There's a whistle with 2 seconds left, I should say. That the whistle happened with 2 seconds left. So the shots are 27-26 for the Habs and a 2-2 tie game after 40 minutes of play. Habs pressure early, and they go to the power play. 40 seconds in, Mikko Rantanen's called for a hold on Gooley. That's clear as day. Thankfully gets called. And we score. Good Canadians passing around. Ends up becoming a Cole Caufield power play goal. Beauty of a shot. Everybody kind of gets involved. Good passing around. Nice on Caufield, by the way. He doesn't go short side. He goes long way. Eats the corn long way. Buries it right over the right shoulder from the left side. Love to see that type of confidence. Love the big smile on his face. Suzuki and Matheson with the assist on that goal. And just like that, it is a 3-2 Habs lead. Baker Mayfield found his glass slipper. Better get home before the Great Pumpkin gets you. Yeah, Jeff, probably. I mean, I'm pretty sure that the fucking Giants have won. The Giants winning anything, that's a fucking joke. But I'm pretty sure the Eagles have lost by now. How is there still 5:32 left? There was 9 minutes 30 minutes ago. There was 9 minutes left 30 minutes ago. Genuinely. How the fuck? I'm sorry. Why does it take 30 minutes to play 4 minutes of fucking football? What the fuck? That's why I hate football. I love the game, but god damn it takes so long to play. So the Canadiens take the 3-2 lead on that goal. The Habs are 2 for 2 on the power play tonight. I'll say it again. I hope we fire Alex Burrows. That seems to be working lately. Habs then look to make it 4-2. There's a couple bounces in front. Harvey-Pinard gets a stick up high, but not a penalty because it was a follow-through, unfortunately. Hope he's all right. I think he would take a couple shifts, so it was more just like a oh god, I'm stunned, give me a few minutes. So, yeah. Again, thankfully, looked all right. I'm pretty sure he was on the ice for a couple more shifts after this, so yeah. Avs then started to turn it off. They caused a couple turnovers. They were very solid at winning the puck battles at this point. Harris then gets called for an elbow on Poulin. That was a little bit dirty. I'd expect Harris to sit for Barron next game, maybe. I don't know. We'll see. Avalanche then control. There's a couple chances. There's a Makar shot. That's stopped by Allen, who's very reliable at this stage in the game right now. And so the Habs are 3 for 4 on the PK tonight. Then we get a 4-on-4. A clear what should have been a Habs power play. It's a 4-on-4. Josh Manson... Evans chips the puck off the boards into the zone. That's that typical play. Manson steps into him. Not a massive hit. Just like oh, hey, I'm going to stop you, clearly. He ends up interfering with him. That's a penalty, and Evans gets called for interference. Yeah. Or Evans is called for embellishment, I should say. Manson is called for the interference. Evans gets called for embellishment. And I don't like that. Genuinely. And that's not just because it's against the Canadiens. If it was the other way around, I'd probably be giving it a mention. But I don't get how Jake Evans, who is wobbly before the hit, like on his skates, not like playing with a concussion, but he's on his skates, he's a little wobbly, and after a hit, he goes down, how that gets called for embellishment. And yeah, get rid of the 2-minute warning. Well, I mean, I don't mind the 2-minute warning, but yeah, I definitely think getting rid of like commercial breaks and all that shit for football would be nice. I get why they have the commercial breaks. Obviously, it's to be able to fund the league and blah 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 blah. But yeah, I like their defense roster. The defender that I have a problem with is Harris getting tossed in front of his net and doesn't really produce offensively. He has 5 points in 26 games and a -5. Yeah, Black Viper. I definitely think Harris, even though he is only 22, I could argue that Harris is definitely the one guy right now that you can say is expendable. In fact, I wouldn't even be surprised to see him be the one that's traded when Jack Eye ends up getting a call up. Because I'm pretty sure it's No, I think Harris is the one that's able to be sent down. I'm pretty sure. Cap friendly. That's what I want to check up on right now. So cap friendly. I'm pretty sure. Unless it is Barron. No, Barron. Yeah, Barron can get sent down right now. Harris is only making $1.4 million. He's 23 years old. He plays both sides on the D. So yeah, I mean, on one hand, I wouldn't mind getting rid of him because, again, right now he's not looking great. He's a -5. He's only got 5 points. But at the same time, how much could you really get for a guy like that right now? I like Harris. I want him to do good. But right now, it's just looking like there's such a log jam that unless you just end up scratching a Kovacevic or for some reason sending down Barron, when Jack Eye comes up, there's going to have to be someone good sitting. Now, unless, of course, there's a plan, maybe. There's a plan that, maybe Savard's out. For some reason, Matheson, I don't see it being the case, but maybe it's Matheson that gets moved. Maybe Savard does. Maybe they just plan to send down Barron, work on his defensive game, maybe call one guy up, send one guy down, maybe that type of thing. But I'm very interested to see what happens when Jack Eye does get the call up by the end of the month. If, again, it's just Jack Eye's up, Barron gets sent down. If it's hey, Jack Eye's getting called up and someone gets on waivers. Maybe it's Harris that goes on waivers. I can't see that being the case, but maybe it's Kovacevic. I doubt it, but we'll see. But I would be interested, again, to see what happens when Jack Eye gets called back up. I'm assuming it's a trade, though. I would assume that it's going to be a trade. But again, I'm very interested to see, because I think it'll be a trade. Whether it's Matheson, Savard, I can't see it being Barron gets sent down, because again, he's got, I think it's 6 goals on the year so far, 6 goals, 12 points. He's playing well. I think his defense even is getting better just by being in the NHL. I can't see it being Struble, even though he's waiver eligible, or he's not waiver eligible. He's playing too well. Same with Gooley. You're obviously not going to send either of those guys down, so yeah, we'll see though. I just read that one. Tampa's, yeah, I did see that, Randy. If you've been, I'm assuming you've been watching the game, so you're not in here too often. We literally just talked about that like 5 minutes ago. Tampa's up 32-9, and I'm bitching that they've played like 4 minutes in the last half hour, because I'm pretty sure we looked up earlier and it was 9 minutes left in the game. So yeah, combine the two. Baroness. Don't think you can do that, Jeff. Unfortunately, Harris is genuinely one of my favorite YouTubers because, like Steve Dangle, you can tell his takes are genuine. And it's amazing seeing how other fans feel about their team. Didn't mean to be. Hey, Marcus, don't worry about that at all, man. Firstly, thank you. very much. The fact that I'm anyone's top, I'm assuming 5 or 10 YouTubers, I love that. Thank you very much for that, man. I really appreciate that. That's the type of shit that keeps me going on here. And yeah, my takes are 100% genuine. The only time I'll do a fake take is obviously when I'm joking about other fans. Like, when I'll say fire St. Louis, I don't think I've said that in a while, though, funny enough. Or trade Slafkovsky. When I do little stuff like that, you can tell I'm more so making fun of those fans. But yeah, I do my best to give my genuine thoughts about the team and my genuine thoughts on my genuine takes on the Canadiens. And whenever someone asks me stuff about hockey in general, I try my best to be as legitimate as I can, give off my legitimate self. So again, Marcus, thank you very much, man. I really appreciate that. Randy, unfortunately, I think Jack Guy gets in the lineup only if the Habs are losing besides injuries. Randy, I don't think so, because there's been basically a plan in place, and I forget if it was Eric Engels or Arpin Basu. I think it was Arpin Basu who said that Jack Guy is going to be up sooner than fans think, and it's believed that the current plan is to call him up either just straight up at the end of the month or during the All-Star break or right after the All-Star break. So I do think that Jack Guy gets back up soon. I believe everyone here is giving the genuine take. I mean, Randy, I think there's a couple guys. Simon, I'm assuming he's not here, but somewhat feels a little baity. I mean, there's some guys, again, feels like they're more baiting, but I believe you're 100% about Allen and stuff like that. So I definitely think most people here are very genuine about their takes and whatever. But yeah, just occasionally you get the random guy comes in. Like, you had the guy last stream who called me a retard for calling his take a clown take on, I forgot it was Montembeau. I think it was Matheson that he should go or whatever. You get guys like that coming in trying to bait me for a response, and I'll give it to them because they give me views, you know. A lot of the time I'll do that. I'll bait them with a legitimate opinion. But when they say, oh, why don't you think Matheson should go? And I'll say why I don't think he should go. But if he does, again, I completely understand. So, you know, you'll have those guys who come in, and really I'm winning because they're giving me the views no matter what. And, yeah. X-Man should not lose his spot because... Didn't hear that clown take. Yeah, right. It technically was on Rick's stream, actually. It was at the end of it was at the end of Rick's stream that the dude mentioned, oh, Matheson cost us the game because of the thing in overtime, whatever. Sorry, just a second. And he basically said, sorry, Matheson should be traded. I said it was a clown take, and he came in and he called me a retard for it. So that's fun. But yeah, X-Men should not lose his spot because of his injury. He kicks the ass of any troublemakers. Well, Jeff, here's the thing. He didn't lose his spot because of his injury. Struble, yes, got called up and he played well, but he didn't outplay Jack Guy to lose his spot. Jack Guy got sent down because he needed to work on his defensive game, and he has been, and he's been kicking ass in Laval. Just because he's an ass kicker, I don't think should be the reason that he stays in Montreal 100%. With Jack Guy, and Rick's talked about this several times. I feel like he's talked about it every single stream that he does. People keep asking him, would you rather have Jack Guy for 2 more years and all he does is fight and he's out of the league within 2 to 3 years because he doesn't know how to play hockey? Or he spends maybe 2 months in Laval, works on his defense, maybe even improves his offense by being in Laval. And when he comes back up to Montreal, he's an overall, all-around great player who can develop into a top 4 defenseman like his head coach apparently thinks he can be. And the Canadiens even see him apparently as being a potential top 4D in the future. I would rather have him be around for a decade plus as a result of, oh, well, he got sent down to Laval for a little while. He might be a fan favorite, yes. But if he works on the issues that he had, like his defense, some of his defensive game, and his offense, he goes down to Laval and he works on that and he improves it a lot, and he comes back to Laval, he absolutely can be around for a decade plus, and I think that is absolutely the plan. And I think if we're patient, we're not really short-sighted and, oh, well, why isn't Jack Guy playing? Why isn't Jack Guy playing? Why is he in Laval? And you know the bigger picture of, again, work on his play, blah, 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 blah. You know, if he works on that a little bit, then, you know, I think that's good. That can, again, he's going to be here for a decade plus. I can see that easily, 100%. I just read didn't hear that, I just read that too. If we ever get Zegras, Harris could be packaged in, what do I think of the Zegras rumors? Black Viper, I like them because I'm a big fan of Zegras. I think he's a great, great top 6 forward. I don't know if the Canadiens could grab him. I know that there's been I think it was Marty St. Louis. I forget if it was Marty St. Louis or Ken Hughes. It might have been Ken Hughes actually. That had an interview that he said no doubt that he wants to improve the offense for the future and that he would make a trade for a young forward with offensive potential. And Zegras is exactly that. I think he's maybe 22, 23, the same age as Caufield, I think. So I could definitely see Zegras being a Canadian. I've said this last stream, and I'll probably say it a couple more times. I absolutely think it depends on how much Anaheim wants. Because I can't see Zegras getting traded right now because he's injured. I can't see the Canadiens wanting to make the deal at the deadline. They'd probably want to make it more at the draft. And again, it depends on what he wants, what they would want for Trevor Zegras. Because, well, yes, he's absolutely incredible. He's having a rough year right now. Again, he's currently injured. How well is his knee? Because I think it was a knee injury. How well is it going to heal for, say, next year when he comes back, you know? So I think his value is definitely decreased. I think a deal of, say, Harris, a second, and then something else, say an extra, like a decent asset, could be packaged in there. Give him Ullinen, because he's Armia 2.0. That's an insult to Armia right now, actually. But like Ullinen, Harris, and a second, if somehow, there's no way that's going to be it. But say that was all you needed to package. Or say Calgary's first next year, Harris, Ullinen, and a second. That's what you got to package for Trevor Zegras. I think Montreal makes that, no doubt. I think Montreal would have no problem with that. The issue is then if you get into, like what Philly wanted when they were trading Cutter Gauthier. They wanted a 5th overall from the Canadiens, and we turned that down flat out. If they want a Caden Gooley, or an Arbor Jackeye, or they want an Alex Newhook or a Kirby Dach, we're turning that down flat out. We want to add, well, sure, yes, getting rid of valuable pieces. I think we're looking for more of those pieces to be in the draft, or a guy like, say, maybe a Sean Farrell ends up getting included, a Sean Farrell, or say, maybe an Adam Engstrom, because he's a defenseman that probably doesn't come into the Canadiens. Low-key, I can see Adam Engstrom being a very good defenseman for the Anaheim Ducks, actually. But if you can do, like, some type of, say, Harris, Engstrom, Waugh, first and a second, maybe something like that. Overpay a little bit, yeah, maybe. But if you can do something like that for Zegras, that can completely be very interesting. Randy, these Zegras rumors are coming from the fact that the Canadiens have Caufield, and that there's apparently been interest from the Canadiens, I believe, on Zegras as well. And the fact that Zegras not has requested a trade, but that the Ducks might be looking to trade Trevor Zegras. So there's that. Yeah, Anaheim put him on the trade block. Exactly, Black Viper. Anaheim is fielding offers on Trevor Zegras, you could say. He can play no doubt. Oh, Jeff, I'm not doubting that Jack can play. It's just that if you can improve his play right now, and hope that he does keep improving on what he's learning in Laval when he's back in the NHL, he can easily be a top 4D, and he can be here for the next decade plus, easily. Jack being second in goals for defenseman last year, that sounds about right. I don't know, though, actually. Try to explain that season Eagles would have fallen from grace from the Super Bowl runner-up to crap. Jeff, yeah, I couldn't agree more, man. I could not agree more. I mean, to be fair, it's the fucking Eagles. So, like, I mean, it's the fucking Eagles. Come on. But yeah, Habs 2022-23 stats. Get me the club stats. No, that's fucking this year. Thank you, NHL.com. Yeah, so, like, they even have vertical odds. So, say, scoring. Matheson had 8 goals last year. Jack had 5. He was second in team scoring. Actually, probably would have finished with 7 or 8. But then again, Matheson only played half the year, so he probably would have had about 14, 15 last year. But yeah, Jack probably finished at 7 or 8. Far and away, by the way, finished first on the team in points. Motherfucker at 101. Fucking Chris Weidman, by the way, had 81. Yeah. Dude, fucking, I genuinely don't know how I thought Chris Weidman was half decent his first year in Montreal. God, I feel bad for Weidman, but at the same time, it's like, Jesus Christ. Too many commercials for the Kelsey boys. Dude, yeah, Jeff, like, I've been saying this. I don't give a fuck about Taylor Swift. I genuinely don't give a flying fuck the fact that she's dating Travis Kelce. If I watch a Kansas City Chiefs game, I don't want to fucking watch 25 minutes of Taylor Swift fucking talking with a bunch of fucking celebrities. I don't want to watch that fucking cunt fucking parading around the arena like she knows fucking football. I come to watch fucking football. I don't want to fucking look at Taylor Swift for 35 goddamn minutes. Alright? It's like, genuinely, I couldn't give the I could give the furthest thing of a fuck for fucking Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce's relationship. You know, I genuinely couldn't give less of a fuck. Josh Allen and Haley Steinfeld, meanwhile, that is something I can care about, mostly because I don't have a chance with Haley Steinfeld right now while they're dating. But I mean, aside from that, Haley Steinfeld's fucking beautiful. So of course, naturally, you should care about any relationship she's in. Hope for the best for her. Slay Queen. Seriously though, fucking love Haley Steinfeld. She's fucking great in Edge 17. You guys everyone should watch that movie. It's very solid film. Oh god, where am I? Harris had the elbow. Oh, sorry, we got 4-on-4 because Evans is called for embellishment when Manson interferes with him. And the Avs score during the 4-on-4. Devon Toews, not Devon or Devon. Devon Toews scores the tying goal, 3-3. It's a bit of a deflection midway through it getting on net. It's weird, and I want to point this out. It's funny that most goalies are in position to where even if a shot gets deflected, they're able to make that save or adapt to just gloves here. Oh, got to move it here. But with Jake Allen, I was going to say fucking Josh Allen again. With Jake Allen, he's one of like 8 goalies this year that I've noticed that just cannot do that. When there's a deflection, even if it's from that point, they do not have the positioning to be able to make that deflection stop. A lot of goalies are able to do that. Jake Allen is not one of them, which is that's one of his strongest faults in my opinion. It's the fact that he doesn't cover his corners. His 5-hole's a little weak, and his positioning itself could use a little bit of work, especially with, like I said, with those deflections. But either way, it's a 3-3 tie game. Yeah, there we go. Caufield is a nice deke by Ranson to get by Ranson and McKinnon. He just gets stopped by Georgiev though. Avs then press. What do you think about Beck and Mazar? Think they're coming up this year, next year? Beck, Black Viper. I'm torn because I know Owen Beck just got traded. I think it was to the Owen Sound Power, I think is what they're called. So it's actually very funny. Owen Beck on the Owen Sound. Yeah. He got traded to the Saginaw Spirit, actually. I'm sorry. I thought he was traded to the Owen Sound. Philip Mazar, I think, is the one that's on the Owen Sound. No, he's not. He's with the fucking Kitchener Rangers. I don't know who I thought was there then. Both guys, by the way, in the OHL. That's very fun. But Owen Beck, he's got now three goals, 9 points in 3 games with the Saginaw Spirit. He's been having a very solid year so far with the Peterborough Petes. He had 16 goals, 30 points in 25 games. I think he's in Laval next year. No, he's 20. I think he's eligible for Laval. I think he goes to Laval, and then the year after, there's a look at the NHL. I feel like with centers, even though they do take longer to come to the NHL, when they arrive, they're there. The World Juniors, he wasn't super impressive. He had just 1 goal. He was a +2 in 5 games. Again, he's been playing great since he's been with Saginaw this year for just the 3 games, but still. Philip Mazar, he's got 15 goals, 35 points in 22 games. The World Juniors, he had 2 goals, 9 points in 5 games. Philip Mazar is honestly someone I could genuinely see making the roster next year. I thought that he had a very solid preseason 2 years ago. He had a good look this year. I thought he had a decent preseason. He's even played 3 games in Laval. He played 2 this year and 1 last year. I could see Philip Mazar maybe getting a look. It depends if once the season's done, he comes over to Laval. I do think that next year, though, he does make the NHL. I wouldn't be... The Owen Sound Attack, thank you, Gislaine, thank you. I wouldn't be surprised to see Philip Mazar make the NHL, though, in a bottom 6 role. Maybe second unit power play time, maybe with Juraj Slafkovsky, but I don't think they want to play Slafkovsky on the second unit anymore. But yeah, I absolutely think that Mazar has a chance to make the NHL next year. I think Beckett will take 2, maybe 3 more years. I don't know. We'll see, though. He could come out once this season is done, come over next year in preseason, put up 8 points in 5 games, and make the roster right away. Or he can end up maybe 2 points in 7 games. He looks decent, but he goes to Laval. Or maybe 20. He might end up having to go back to junior. I don't think he does, but yeah, I think Mazar could end up making the team. I think Beckett will take a little bit longer, though. I've played goalie. It's very hard for any goalie to get a deflected save. But Randy, that's still the thing, is that with Jake Allen, he's one of the few goalies that still is not well enough in position to be able to make the deflected saves. It feels like a lot of the time when there's a deflected shot on Allen, it's going in. Compared to most goalies, they're at least stopping a good bit of them from the games that I've seen this year. So, well, yeah, I will give you that. It's very hard for a goalie to make a save on a deflection like that. Most goalies are still at least have the positioning down to be able to at least try to make a deflected stop. If the Habs get a first rounder for Jake Allen, package ours and that pick and move up in the draft? No, Jeff, not at all. Not a chance in hell. I'd rather have the 2 first round picks over trading up just to get 1. Just to get, say, 3rd overall. If we end up trading 8th and 23rd, for example, I'd rather have 8 and 23rd. Yeah. I mean, the only way I do that is if somehow it's like 8 and a third to move up to 5th, but that's not going to happen. I mean, to be fair, Nashville was offering their first Juraj Slafkovsky and something else to move up from like 16th or something like that. So, yeah. But I don't think that's gonna happen with the Canadiens. I don't think we're gonna need to do that. But yeah, I would definitely not move up way up in the draft. I wouldn't waste 2 first round picks like that. Yeah, the Hamilton Bulldogs are now the Brantford Bulldogs. Unfortunately, I did see that. It's just like Philip Mazar with the Kitchener Rangers. Indeed, yeah. To be honest, the kids need to hone their skill. Well, it's just like, here's the thing. Sure, that's the case. But you look at a guy like Lane Hudson where he's making the NHL as soon as his college season done. So it's heavily expected that when his college season is done, he's coming to the NHL and signing with the Canadiens. I was going to say I think he's on his ELC, but he can't be if he's in college. I'm pretty sure that's why... what's his name? Reinbacher's already on the ELC, but he's in Europe right now. With college players, you can't be on your ELC, which I think is kind of stupid, but yeah. But yeah, I think a guy like Lane Hudson can come over right away and he'd be fine. I think Philip Mazar coming right over, I'd be fine with that. It won't surprise me, though, if he ends up playing in the AHL for a while first, so that wouldn't surprise me, but yeah. There's definitely certain prospects that definitely need to hone their skill before getting the NHL, but I think there's some kids who can do that in the NHL, and I'd be fine with that. Well, yeah, Jeff, Habs could be in the lottery, but they might already be in the lottery, for example. Also, Sons, I'll get to your comment in a second, I apologize. But the Habs might already be in the lottery. Say we're out of the playoffs, say we're at 12th. Okay, most we can move up is to 2nd, but that's still moving up to 2nd overall. I'm not going to take 2nd and then say we get 23rd and try to move up to 1st overall. A team's not going to take that. Don't draft any more D-men. Hip. Fucking, come on. Oh, there we go. Fucking, I hate the goddamn heart that's there. I keep mentioning it. YouTube, allow me to put in a different fucking spot, please. Thank you. Don't draft any more D-men high. Well, Jeff, I mean, here's the thing. There's not really any super scores, and we don't need any. We need a top 6 option. But even then, say you get a first round pick for Jake Allen. Say that's like 25th overall. You can take, and keep in mind as well, we could also get a first round pick maybe for Sean Monahan. I think our best bet is Monahan. And then again, Allen, I think we probably get a 2nd. But if there's a big bidding war and teams really want him, we could get a 1st. But I do think it ends up being a 2nd round pick, which is still pretty good. Especially for a guy like Jake Allen being a backup and all. Technically a 3rd string because Primo's playing better than him, I think, personally. But yeah, I definitely think that... But I definitely think that we don't need any more D-men. I honestly think if you get Trevor Zegras, you might end up actually trading down in the draft potentially. I don't know, though, because the Canadiens, I forget if it's Hughes or Gorton did an interview where they were saying that they were willing to trade picks and get good players. So I don't think they'd really be wanting more picks to move down in the draft. I don't think they'd be wanting to do that anymore, so... I don't know. I think it'll be interesting to see. There's no such thing as too much depth. So if you end up trading off, say, a first you get, say, for Monahan, because again, I think he's the most likely option. Say you get a first for Monahan, trade that with a 2nd and then 2 prospects, for example. If you're able to ship that off for Zegras, I think you do that. I think you do that, and then you pick whoever. Say we have ninth overall. Pick whichever forward there. I definitely think that you can do something like that. So I'm gonna trust the process. Unlike the 76ers, this one's actually gonna provide us with a championship in the end. But I definitely think that trusting management. You're right, Jeff. I don't hurt the heart. But I definitely think that management. I'm gonna trust them. I absolutely believe in them 100%. And I'm gonna believe in anything that they want to do with the Canadiens, and I think that they're great. Yeah, Habs playoff next year, or is it still too early? Suns, I think it depends. If we don't deal Matheson, if we don't deal Savard, if we don't deal Monahan, if say the only guys we end up moving are say Allen, maybe Armia, I could maybe see a team looking at the 7 goals right now and thinking, hey, he's playing well. Maybe they want to take a risk on him. I only say Allen just because the 3-headed goaltending thing, and like he's the likely one that he's already basically on his way out. Even then, if you trade Monahan, like if you keep Dvorak, maybe I think Doc and Newhooker could both be healthy as well, so you probably could get rid of Monahan. I think it depends. Again, because if you keep Monahan, that's a very good third line center. If Doc and Newhooker are still healthy, if the team overall is very healthy, you don't move on from Matheson or Savard. Or say you move on from Matheson, you end up playing Gooley with Hudson top pair. Say Savard maybe with Reinbacher, for example, or maybe Jack-Eye with Savard. Maybe you go Jack-Eye, stay on the left wing, or lefty, I should say. I definitely think, and you have Lane Hudson, like I said, and Montembeault continues his evolution into a legitimate starter in the NHL. I definitely think there's a possibility for a Habs playoff run next year. I definitely think that I want to say it. I can't tell if the Armia goal line is a joke. Suns, it's not. He has 7 goals in like 20 games. Like, it's 7 goals, 0 assists. That's his fucking goal line. I swear to God, Suns. Like, Joel Armia. Or Joel Armia, I think it is, actually. Let me look. Yeah, so he's played 27 games. He has 7 goals. He does have 16 penalty minutes. But he's tied last year's goal total for his team. He really likes getting around that 6-7 goal range. In 2021, 41 games, he scored 7 goals. 21-22, played 60 games with 6 goals. 22-23 last year, he played 43 games with 7 goals. This year, he's played 27 games with 7 goals. So he's on pace for about 14 goals if he plays half the year. He's on pace for roughly 25 goals throughout a full season. And he's getting $3.4 million until next year. So I don't know. I genuinely think that there's a chance that he could end up getting dealt. But yeah, sorry. Well, fuck. But yeah, Suns for the Habs playoffs. I just saw a recent comment. I figured I'll get to that right away. I definitely think that, like I said, there's a possibility for a Habs playoff run next year, especially if Boston finally ends up cooling off. If Tampa ends up being a fraud like they usually are. If Toronto ends up having 0 depth with the Wings, Sabres, and the Senators rebuilds all failing. I think there's a legitimate chance the Canadiens can end up making a push for 3rd, probably a wild card team though. But I think there's a legitimate chance if everyone's healthy and Hudson again, blah 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 blah. I think there's a legitimate chance for playoffs next year, but I think it's a wild card team though, personally. Don't draft. I just read that. You know, Harry, I only pick on you. The only time I pick on you is because even when the Habs win with Jake Allen, there's always something to pick on Allen. Okay, and Randy. Am I wrong? No, I'm not. I agree. Lane Hudson can decide. I love that. Lane Hudson can decide to join the Habs organization, but as soon as exactly just Lane. Yeah, once he has an ELC, he can't play for the NCAA. Exactly. But he can play in the AHL because he doesn't have junior. I don't think he has rights with any junior team. So if we for some reason did want to send him down, he wouldn't. Yeah. But Jeff, you're all right. I don't hurt the heart. You're right. I actually I would if they allowed me to move it. If I could move it to like the top left corner and all it did was block out maybe profile pictures, I'd be completely fine with that. Or even to the bottom left. Move it there. I'd be completely fine with that. Look at Sean Farrell. He signed with the Canadiens but ended up in Laval. Well, Gislaine, that's the thing is yeah. Exactly. Because I don't think he has junior rights team. Junior rights with any junior team either. So yeah. Exactly, Jeff. Yes. Hughes and Gordon are doing it the correct way. I'll admit I was highly critical of the Reinbacher pick last year. I was a Michkov guy. But yeah, looking at it now, we really did need that one last final defenseman. And I think I'm completely fine with getting David Reinbacher. We're probably going to draft a forward this year. I'd be completely fine with that. Hopefully, Ivan Demidov. That kid's going to be fucking incredible. And hell, even if you do get him, you could play fucking Zegras on the left wing, Doc at right wing. No, sorry. Zegras on the left wing, Doc at center, Demidov at right wing, and then Newhook becomes your third line center, which, is that not a stacked fucking forward core? When you might have Philip Mazar, Owen Beck, Joshua Waugh, Sean Farrell, Florian Jacki as your fucking bottom six? Come on, you gotta be kidding me. If that is not a stacked roster. And then on your blue line, Hudson Reinbacher, Gouli Jacki, and then fucking Struble with one of Barron or Harris or Mayu. Probably Mayu, let's be honest. And then Montembeault with Jacob Fowler becoming the starter. Like, fuck. If you do not think the Canadiens have a Stanley Cup winning team for the future, I don't know what to tell you, because this team looks so promising. Seriously, boyos. They look fucking incredible. So yeah, the Avs. Caufield is nice. Deke, Avs, then press. Suzuki gets boarded by Rantanen. There's no call, because why would there be? Avs then get some momentum. Habs try to come back in numbers. Although Armia's paid a lot, his 7 goals are hard fought for. Randy, yeah, to a certain extent, I think there's been some of them where it's definitely, like the one tonight that we're about to get into, very hard fought, very good shift by that line. And you know what? Let's get into it. Let's talk about that in a second. Harry, what is it like to be an adult? Sons, it's very fun. It's very nice. You can probably swear a lot more around your parents. You can do shit that nobody else... You can buy alcohol if you're in Canada. Once you're 18, you can buy alcohol. You can smoke for some reason. You can legally fuck, even though you technically still have the mind of like a 17-year-old, usually, when you first turn it. It's weird, but god damn it, I enjoy it. Even if I've only done one of those 3 things I mentioned. 2 of those 3 things that I mentioned. I really like to drink. No, seriously though. I'm a social drinker. I don't drink at home. Well, technically I do like drinking. I just fucking sports drinks and shit. Shout out Prime, by the way. Prime is some good shit. But yeah, Habs try to come back in numbers. Canadiens have momentum. A nice hard-working shift from the third line, actually, technically. Armia playing well. There's a bit of a scramble in front. And we score. Joel Armia buries it. Lord Fuckworth has go Habs. Hell yeah, Jeff. Sons, exactly. Sporty's the alcoholic. Exactly. I confused myself and Sporty for a second. That's my alter ego, obviously. But no, legitimately, yeah. Sporty's the alcoholic. I'm a very social drinker. He's also a gambling addict. We gotta get Sporty some help sometime, boys. We should stage an intervention on the stream. That'd be really funny. But yeah, Joel Armia, unassisted, makes it 4-3 Canadiens all of a sudden. Actually, let me look at the clock, the game score, because I don't think there was assists on that goal, but if there was, that'd be cool. Nice, finally. Holy shit, I can actually get the fucking game stream. They have actually added assists, so it's no longer unassisted. The assists on that goal going to Sean Monahan and David Savard. So David Savard getting yet another point with the Montreal Canadiens. Yeah, so hard-working shift from that line. Monahan gets rewarded with another point. Joel Armia awarded with, again, yet another goal. And just like that, it is 4-3 for the Montreal Canadiens. And yeah, Canadiens get some chances. Avs tried to turn it on with 3 minutes left. There's a nice defensive fourth line shift from the Avs that just isn't able to stop much from the Canadiens, though. Avs have the empty net with 2 minutes left. Their top 6 was getting all the ice time with the extra attacker out there. Drouin's really getting booed at this point. Yeah, Habs end up icing the puck twice, roughly around the last minute. Avs aren't able to put it home, and Harvey-Pinard, with 7 seconds left, gets a pass from Jake Evans, and he overshoots the empty net. I don't know how the fuck that happens, but yeah, that comes off a very bad Avs pass, by the way. It just ends up coming out of the zone. Evans gets it. It's a 2-on-1. And Harvey-Pinard just can't put it home. That fucking sucks. But hey, you know what? He really is Gallagher 2.0 now, isn't he? And yeah, with 7 seconds left, the empty net miss, and the Avs end up not pressing at all in those final 7 seconds. Habs win. It is a 4-3 victory for the boys at home. The final shots are 35-34 for the Avalanche. 0 drinks for me this month, drinking coffee, water, tea, and milk. I've lost 22 pounds. Holy shit, Jeff. Let's go, man. Hell yeah. No way. Ramaswamy has dropped out of the election race. Has he really? Let me look this up real quick. Ramaswamy. Thank you. Oh, the primaries. Oh, let's go. The primaries are happening right now. Let's go. Woo, 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 woo. Let's go. Yeah, so Vitek Vanacek has officially dropped out. Let's go, Nikki Haley. I'm woke, baby. No, seriously though. Let's go fucking Donald Trump, I guess. Let's go. Hell yeah, boys. It was in regulation? Yes, it was, Sons. It was in, the victory was in regulation. Yeah, Trump destroyed everybody. I see he's leading right now, 19-8-7, I think it said. Yeah, I don't know. Can someone correct me? Are the fucking primaries going on right now, or is it just like you're getting things coming in, or is this like the full on to determine who gets to the fucking presidency vote? Who represents the left and the right? This is the fucking primaries, right? I like Wall's one-on-one battles in his two-way game tonight. Yes, Black Viper. Yes, I really enjoy his defensive game. I think Joshua Wall has a lot of potential. The fact that this guy, this is a kid that was a 5th round pick like 3 years ago. He's already better than Alexis Lafreniere. Is genuinely incredible. Genuinely amazing. Raymond, I'm not voting for Trump because I'm in Canada. But out of the fucking him, Ron DeSantis, Ramaswamy, who has officially dropped out, Nikki Haley, Donald Trump's the lesser of three evils, former president, he knows what's up. Shout out R-Truth. He'll watch his wrestling. Shout out R-Truth. I figured I'll go for him. Why not? Let's get Biden and Trump 2.0. We can draw tickets to that. we can draw big money with that big money matchup. You can vote this year, Sons. That is true. You can. Hell yeah. Democrats are buying up the votes in Pennsylvania. Pay attention, Republicans. Oof, Jeff. That sucks. But yeah, Black Viper, agree. We're gonna keep politics off this channel from now on, I think. Oh, I like Trump. I hope he wins the election. Hell yeah, Raymond. Let's go. That's very fucking based, and I love that. Let's go. I just realized we're a very Republican-friendly zone, it feels like. It's a lot of Republicans that are coming by the streams. Not that I have a problem with that. I'm just personally myself a centrist. It's funny. Rick's channel seems to gather a lot of very left-leaning people. Not left-leaning, but a lot of, like, center to left people. And my channel generates the right-wingers. And we're just, me and Rick are just like, hey, let's fucking do a podcast and shit. I don't even know where Matt leans, but it doesn't not that really fucking matters at all. But just very funny that the viewerships are so kind of different. But yeah, it sounds exactly based Raymond. Let's go. Hell yeah, fucking clap is in the chat for Raymond. Let's go. Trump wins by 1,000,000%. Black Viper, that'd be the funniest thing ever. So yeah, speaking of Trump, we're going to get into the trumping stats for the Canadiens. I was trying to make that work. I couldn't. But let's get into the stats for the Canadiens, and let's work our way out of here. I'm going to end up eating. I'm going to get some shit to drink. And, yeah. Nick Suzuki leads the Canadiens with 12 points, 25 assists, 12 goals, 25 assists, 37 points. I'm actually going to bump up the, there we go, so I can see you a little bit better now. Cole Caufield has 13 goals. You need to build a hockey line. You need a right wing, center, and a left wing. So you and Hockey Talking Habs collabing works. Well, technically, I'm a centrist. I want to say that Rick is a left winger. So we got to assume that Matt is a right winger. Let's just assume Matt's a right winger. So we do have the hockey line. That is very funny though, Sons. That is very true. I do like that. That's very funny. Nikki Haley is Black Ops 2, World War 3 2025. Have you heard Black Ops 2 starts in 20? No, I have not, Black Viper. Raymond, have yourself a wonderful night as well, my good sir. Go Habs, go for sure. Absolutely. Also, I did not hear that Black Ops 2 starts in 2025, despite me owning the game. I think 2 copies, technically. I've never played Black Ops 2. I've never played any of the Call of Duties. Aside from the Zombies mode, of course, because Zombies mode is fucking awesome. But Cole Caufield, 13 goals, 18 assists, 31 points. Mike Matheson has 31 points as well, except he's got 6 goals and 25 assists. Sean Monahab, 11 goals, 14 assists. Sorry, say it with me now. Remember when Mike Matheson wasn't playing like top 15 D5 games ago? Yeah, me too. Sean Monahan has 11 goals, 14 assists, 25 points. Biden is the Yager of elections. Hey! Do not insult the god of hockey, my guy. Do not insult the god of hockey. Dude, if World War 3 starts next year, we'll be living in a Black Ops 2 reality. Oh god, Sons. That would... Did Russia invade Ukraine in Black Ops 2 as well? Juraj Slafkovsky's got 5 goals, 11 assists for 16 points. Brendan Gallagher, 7 goals, 8 assists, 15 points. Alexander Newhook, who's currently out until, I believe, next, roughly the beginning, middle of March. He's got 7 goals, 6 assists, 13 points. Jake Evans has got 2 goals, 11 assists for 13 points. Josh Anderson has 7 goals, 5 assists, 12 points. He's unfortunately hurt right now. Justin Barron's got 6 goals, 6 assists, 12 points. David Savard, 4 goals, 7 assists, 11 points. Caden Gooley's got 3 goals, 8 assists, 11 points. Tanner Pearson, who is still currently hurt, he's got 4 goals, 4 assists, 8 points. Michael Pezzetta, he's got a goal, 7 assists for 8 points. Joel Armia going for the Cy Young Award. He's got 7 goals. Jonathan Kovacevic has got 5 goals, 2 assists for 7 points. Christian Dvorak, who's unfortunately hurt, and Jesse Ullinen, who seemed to be hurt tonight, 3 goals, 4 assists, 7 points. Jaden Strubal's got 2 goals, 3 assists, 5 points. Jordan Harris and Rafael Harvey-Pinard both have 4 goals, a goal, 4 assists, 5 points. Gustav Lindstrom, who's no longer with the Canadiens, had 3 goals and assists for 4 points when he was with the team. Mitchell Stevens has got 2 goals and assists for 3 points. Arbor Jacki, who's currently in Laval, has a goal, 2 assists for 3 points. Kirby Doc, who's currently out for the remainder of the year, unfortunately, and Caden Primo each have 2 assists. Jake Allen and Sam Montembeault each have I don't want to search tabs. Thank you. Each have a singular assist. So yeah, that is going to do it for today's video, y'all. I'm just going to take a look real quick on the Canadiens' Twitter one last time to see if there's any news about Ullinen, maybe a Jacki call-up. I'm just going to look really quickly. And nope, just some images from the game that are pretty solid. Yeah, Nick Suzuki, let's go. First star of the game, baby. Let's go. That's awesome. Aw, damn it. Femboy is no longer trending. Aw, damn it. That sucks. Poor Wi-Fi being stuck in Laval. Well, Suns, it's to improve his defense, but yes, we do have bad Wi-Fi in Laval. We do have bad Wi-Fi in the NHL right now, so maybe a call can fix the Wi-Fi, but yeah. Also, we could always use the deputy. Also, he does not like the nickname Wi-Fi for some reason. He is the sheriff. He will always be the sheriff to moi. Also, in terms of the fights before we end up going, the whole conspiracy around World War III is that Yemen got bombed for hijacking boats, and Black Ops 2 has maps with Yemen and on carriers, and that starts in 2025. Thank you, Black Viper. I did not know that at all. Hey, Jeff, no problem for the content. I'm happy you enjoyed it a lot, my guy. Thank you very much for coming by. See you next time. Hell yeah, man. Thank you for coming by. The fighting results. Michael Pezzetta's got 4 of those. Pezzetta's got 4. Jacki's got 3. Anderson's got 2. Slafkovsky, Gooley, Pearson, and Struble all have 1 singular fight. I was going to go like this, and I was going to go like this, and I realized, yeah. So yeah, that's going to do it for today's video stream, you guys. Thank you all so much for watching. Please do not forget to like, comment, subscribe, favorite, share, everything which includes, but it's not limited to YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, something else. My name is subscribe to the Puff Club, the H Club, Sub Up, DH, if you remember those. Thank you for all the comments, tweets, and videos. Is much greatly appreciated. Thank you guys again. Bye, sons. I'll see you in 9 minutes. But yeah, guys, again, thank you so much for watching. Links in the description are the Amazon list, the Pillbox, PayPal, Discord, Level Screen account, and the Streamlabs, and the Habnormals podcast are all down there as well. Thank you all again so much for watching. My name is Harris again, and I'm out. Love you guys. Adam Montreal. Always remember, no matter how bad we were last year, how good we are like this year. Go Habs, go, baby. Thank you guys again so much for watching. My name is Harris again, and I'm out. Love you guys. See you guys. Bye, guys. Love you guys. See you guys. Bye, guys. Love you guys. See you guys. Bye, guys. Bye, guys. Love you guys. Love you guys. Bye. Love you guys. I'll see you guys in the next stream. Hell yeah, that was another great one. Love you guys.